So here we are at the beginning of August, in a year which must have been one of the most unusual on record. A year when we've seen a huge amount of change and had to adapt to those changes on an almost daily basis. So many of the things we simply took for granted have been thrown into question over the past 4 or 5 months. And I realise, or I've come to the conclusion, that the best way of dealing things is to focus on just a few weeks at a time, or maybe a month at most. So how does this month of August look for us? For some of us, there will be holidays, though on a rather less ambitious scale than before. My family enjoyed some days in Cornwall last week, and it was wonderful to be able to walk the cliffs and swim in the sea again. Some of us I know will be staying at home and staying safe, and that's a very wise move for any who are vulnerable in any way. In church life, we've settled into a pattern for these few weeks. The church, as you know, is open for private prayer and also for services. And it's been a great joy to reconnect with people for morning prayer, for the Thursday communion, and now as well for the 4 o'clock service on Sundays. Never before has meeting together for worship seemed so precious, so meaningful. And I've particularly enjoyed the informality and spontaneity of the 4 o'clock service. I think it's great we've been able to keep our online services as the main act of worship for the moment, while we explore this new world of being together again in person. And I'm hugely grateful to Trish, to Alison, and to everyone who's continued to contribute to those services. I'm often amazed when I hear who watches them and where they live. Often it's our family and family members and friends from up and down the country, or even from around the world. It's been a big learning curve for us and for many other churches too. So what will happen in September? What will church life look like then? Well, unless there are new directives from the government again, our plan is to reopen the 8 o'clock and 10 o'clock services in church on Sundays from the 6th of September. I think the Thursday communion and 4 o'clock service over the past few weeks have helped us to explore worshipping together physically again. And we've ironed out any issues of safety or concern over these past few weeks. When we worship together in the building in September, we'll be socially distanced as we are at present, and we'll be required to wear masks as an extra safety precaution. There will be music, but not congregational singing. But I'm sure we'll manage, and it's important we continue to bear witness to our faith in a physical way as much as we possibly can. One thing I think all churches have learned over this time is that online services are here to stay. Churches up and down the country have realised that there's a whole world of people out there who are listening, watching church services for the first time. Through the internet, we're able to connect with each other and many others in new ways, and it's vital we continue to build on the start that we've made. So Trish and a production team, as we're calling it, are exploring live streaming our 10 o'clock services from September. That will mean video recording the service as it takes place and streaming it via the internet as it happens. Most people who've experienced live streaming will know that it helps people feel more part of the service as it happens if they're viewing from home. And there'll be new ways for people to engage with the service too, either via WhatsApp or text or online. No doubt it will be a learning curve for us again, and I'm hugely grateful that within our congregation we have the skills and the will to make that happen. So I would ask you, please do continue to pray for our church as we continue to explore new things and to keep moving forwards. Change is never easy, but we don't walk alone. I'm reminded today of a beautiful verse in the book of Isaiah, chapter 41. The Lord says through Isaiah, "I am the Lord who takes hold of your right hand and says to you, 'Do not fear, I will help you.'" Let's continue to put our faith and our trust in him.